In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the differences between having an X reference that is attached versus an X reference that is overlaid. So I'm in a drawing here. This is my first floor drawing. And what I want to do is I want to X reference in the second floor just to make sure everything lines up. My walls and my stairs and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and give the XRef command. I can either type XRef, XR, or XRef at the command line, or I can go to Insert and hit Attach. And I'm going to select second floor, tell it to open. And I'm going to just leave all this the same. The only thing we're going to really look at is over here where it says reference type, attached versus overlaid. And for right now, I'm going to leave it as attached. I'm going to tell it OK, and it's going to bring in the drawing. Okay, now when we bring it in, we look and we see that I had made a change in this first floor plan, and now my walls do not line up. This exterior wall actually comes out to here on the first floor now, so I need to stretch the second floor to match it. So I can see that by kind of bringing this X reference in, I can see that everything else seems to line up okay. It's just that one area I need to fix. So I'm just going to go into that drawing. I'm going to actually right click and tell it to open the XRef. And I need to stretch this wall. Now I'm not real sure how far I need to stretch it because I didn't really measure it. So I could go back and I could measure it and I could stretch it, but I could just as easily bring in the first floor into this drawing. So I'm going to go and do an XRef. And I'm going to tell it to attach the first floor into the second floor. I'm going to leave everything the same because their insertion point's the same. Notice I'm set to attached over here also. And I get this error. That says circular reference detected. Continue, and it wants to know, are you sure that you want to do that? So what exactly is the problem here? Well, the problem is, and I'm just going to tell it no for right now. I could tell it yes, and it'll bring it in. In older versions of AutoCAD, it would not even let you do this. As a matter of fact, I think in the very first version of AutoCAD that had XRef, if you did that, I think it would crash, if I remember correctly. But basically, the difference between an overlay and an attachment is when you have an attached X reference, then whenever you bring let's say that back in that drawing number in the first floor drawing that I have, I X referenced in the second floor and I attached it. So there's a hard link between the second floor coming into the first floor. So whenever I bring the first floor into another drawing, in this case the second floor, all the XRefs that are attached come with it. So what's happening is that I'm bringing in the first floor into the second floor, but the second floor is already attached in the first floor, so it's trying to reload it again. So it's trying to reload itself, basically. So you create this circular reference. Now, I know that can be kind of confusing, and if it doesn't really click, it's okay. The main thing you need to know is how to fix it. If you get a circular XRef, there's your problem. You've got them attached instead of overlaid. So we're going to look at how to fix this. So I'm going to go back to my first floor drawing. I'm going to hold the control key down and hit tab, which will switch to another drawing. In 2010, I could have easily come over here to my different drawings by clicking on the quick view drawings, and I could have clicked on first floor or second floor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out this X reference that I've got loaded. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to my second floor and I'm going to click over here on type and I'm going to change this to be overlay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I need to save the drawing. So now if I open the second floor plan, open XRef, and I attempt to attach the first floor, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it overlay so that we keep them straight. And I tell it OK. And it comes in OK. What this will mean also is if I X reference this second floor into any other drawing, it will only bring in the second floor plan. It will not bring in the first floor plan because the first floor plan is overlaid. So any file that's overlaid kind of stays behind if you bring the drawing that it's inserted into or overlaid into another drawing. Okay, so again, this is the difference between an attached XRef and an overlaid XRef. mainly gets into trouble whenever you're bringing them into each other. You end up with a circular reference, or sometimes you just don't want to have, if I have a drawing that I have 6 or 7 XRefs in it, and I really just want the contents of the main drawing, not all those different XRef. Maybe I got some details that are X-referencing into a drawing, and I don't want those to go with me when I X-reference in that drawing somewhere else. I can just make those overlay, and they don't come with me when I insert the main drawing into another drawing. Alright, well, if you're having any trouble with that, just kind of watch this video a couple more times and try to get your mind around exactly how this works, and just make sure that you know the difference between the XRef overlay and the XRef attached so that you don't run into some of these problems.